Hi there. It's November 24th and time for Proverbs 24. Now we're finishing up our 30 sayings that you're supposed to memorize and have on your lips at all times. Okay, I think there's I don't know, 5 or 6 left, and then it gets into some other ones. So let's begin. Okay, 1 or 2 go together. Be not envious of evil men, and desire not to be with them. For destruction doth their heart meditate, and perverseness do their lips speak. Right. Don't desire to be with evil men. Their hearts plan violence, and their words stir up trouble. You can see that all over anything with a screen, right? TV, computers, phones. They're all over the place. Okay? Don't be envious of these people. Right? 3, 4. By wisdom a house is builded. Is that a word? And by understanding it establisheth itself, and by knowledge the inner parts are filled with all precious and pleasant wealth. That by wisdom a house is built, by knowledge is it filled with precious and pleasant wealth. Knowledge and wisdom. Right? Don't go after riches, go after knowledge and wisdom. And the other stuff comes. Okay? Good saying. 5 and 6. Mighty is the wise in strength, and a man of knowledge is a strengthening power. For by plans thou makest for thyself war, and deliverance is in a multitude of counselors. Right. Right. A wise warrior is better than a strong one, and a man of knowledge than one of strength. Right. Every army needs a general, right? Someone who is smart, with lots of guidance. 7. Wisdom is high for a fool. In the gate he openeth not his mouth. It says inaccessible over here, right? Wisdom is inaccessible to a fool. He doesn't open his mouth at the gate. Okay, 8 and 9 go together. Whoso is devising to do evil, him they call a master of wicked thoughts. The thought of folly is sin, and an abomination to a man is a scorner. Do those actually go together? We'll put them together, but they put them together over here. See, the one who plots evil will be called a schemer. A foolish scheme is sin, and a mocker is detestable to people. Right? They're easy to see too. They're all over the news nowadays. 10, 11, and 12, they say, go together. Thou hast shewed thyself weak in a day of adversity. Straitened is thy power. Your strength is limited. If from delivering those taken to death, and those slipping to the slaughter, thou keepest back, when thou sayest, Lo, we knew not this, is not the ponderer of hearts he who understandeth, and the keeper of thy soul he who knoweth, and he hath rendered to a man according to his work. Okay, that's kind of hard to understand over there, right? Let's read it over here. If you do nothing in a difficult time, your strength is limited. Rescue those being taken off to death, and save those stumbling towards slaughter. If you say, but we didn't know about this, won't he who weighs the hearts consider it? Won't he who protects your life know? Won't he repay a person according to his work? Right? If you know some great evil is being done and you do nothing, God will weigh that against you. Right? It's important. Okay, 13 and 14. Eat, my son, honey that is good, and the honeycomb sweet to thy palate. So is the knowledge of wisdom to thy soul. If thou hast found that, there is posterity, and thy hope is not cut off. I like that. Right. Eat honey, my son, for it is good, and the honeycomb is sweet to your palate. Realize that wisdom is the same for you. If you find it, you will have a future, and your hope will never fade, right? Honey tastes good to your taste. Knowledge is good for your soul, right? Feed your soul. and your hope is not cut off, right? Okay, 15 and 16. Lay not wait the wicked one at the habitation of the righteous. Do not spoil his resting place, for 7 times doth the righteous fall and rise, and the wicked stumble in evil. Right? You're finding this out now, huh? Right? Do not set an ambush at the camp of the righteous man, and don't destroy his dwelling. They tried. Right? For 7 times doth the righteous fall and rise, and the wicked stumble into evil. Stumble into ruin or evil, right? The righteous never give up. Okay? Just like that. 17 and 18. In the falling of thine enemy rejoice not, and in his stumbling let not thy heart be joyful. Lest Jehovah see, and it be evil in his eyes, and he hath turned from him his anger. Now this is important too. Okay? Don't gloat. Okay? Right? Don't gloat when your enemy falls. And don't let your heart rejoice when he stumbles. Jesus said, love your enemies. Right? If God sees you gloating, he may turn, right? Just turn his wrath away from them and on to you. That's very important. 19 and 20. Fret not thyself at evildoers, be not envious at the wicked, for there is not a posterity to is not a posterity to the evil. The lamp of the wicked is extinguished. Wow. Okay, let's read that over here. Don't be agitated by evildoers, and don't envy the wicked, for the evil have no future. The lamp of the wicked will be put out. Right? Again, don't envy evil people. Right? Just don't. Okay. And the last one of the 30 sayings that you're supposed to memorize. Fear Jehovah, my son, and the king. With changers mix not up thyself. Wow. For suddenly doth their calamity rise, and the ruin of them both. Who knoweth? Okay. My son, fear the Lord as well as the king, and don't associate with rebels. Changers, rebels, what's it say? Those given to change. For destruction from them will come suddenly, and who knows what distress these two can bring. Right? Don't hang around with rebels, right? That's these protesters, okay? Don't hang around with the protesters. Okay. And that was the 30 saying, okay? Next, these are also sayings for the wise. To discern faces in judgment is not good. Not good to sow partiality in judgment. Whoso was saying to the wicked, thou art righteous, peoples execrate him, nations abhor him. Execrate, now that's an interesting word, huh? Where it says the guilty or innocent, people will curse him, and tribes will denounce him. Right. And to those reproving it is pleasant, and on them cometh a good blessing. But it will go well with those who convict the guilty, and a generous blessing will come upon them. Right? There's lots of judges now that are letting guilty people go and convicting innocent people. Right? They are evil. Right? They'll get there sooner or later. Okay, they will. Lips he kisseth who is returning straightforward words. He who gives an honest answer gives a kiss on the lips. Straightforward words, right? Okay. They used to kiss a lot in the old days, and it wasn't meant as affection. It was shown as a sign of respect. Kind of turned that around now, haven't they? 27, prepare in and out place thy work, and make it ready in the field. Go afterwards, then thou hast built thy house. Okay. Complete the outdoor work first and prepare your field. Afterward, build your house, right? Get your business going. Then build the house. Prepare things. It's a good one. Be not a witness for naught against thy neighbor, or thou hast enticed with thy lips. Yeah, don't lie. Don't testify against your neighbor without cause. Don't deceive with your lips. Okay, and this one is always important. Say not, as he did to me, so I do to him. I render to each according to his work. Don't say that. Don't get even. If somebody does something evil to you and you do it back, that makes you evil, just like them. Okay? You are no different. Right? That is God's job, not yours. 30, near the field of a slothful man I passed by, and near the vineyard of a man lacking heart. And lo, it hath gone up, all of it. Thorns covered its face, have nettles, and its stone will have been broken down. And I see, I do set my heart, I have received instruction. Wow. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little falling of the hands to lie down. And thy poverty hath come as a traveler, and thy want as an armed man. Right. Well, this is a parable, okay? A parable. And it's kind of hard to understand over here because we don't speak that language anymore, right? Over here it says, I went by the field of a slacker and by the vineyard of a man lacking sense. Thistles came up everywhere. Weeds covered the ground, and the stone wall was ruined. I saw in it and took it to heart. I looked and received instruction. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, and your need like a bandit. So, there you go. That is Proverbs 24. And the last of the, how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this is, I probably separated two that were supposed to be together. That's 31 altogether because we had gotten up to 20 yesterday. So one of those somewhere was actually one turned into two different sayings. But most of this should be just common sense, okay? Just, you know, if you seek wisdom and knowledge, a lot of this stuff is just common sense that you should know, okay? And we'll go over them real quick. Don't envy evil men, right? Don't envy evil people, right? For they are headed for destruction, okay? By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it establishes itself, and by knowledge and the inner parts are filled with all precious and pleasant wealth, right? Houses are built by wisdom and knowledge and all the other, right? Precious wealth, beautiful treasure comes from knowledge and wisdom. Seek that first, right? On this one, mighty is the wise and strength, and a man of knowledge is straightening power. For by plans thou makest for thyself war, and deliverance is a multitude of counselors, right? Brains over bronze wins wars, okay? Brains over bronze. Lots of brains, lots of counselors, right? And this one's simple. Wisdom is high for a fool. In the gate he openeth not his mouth, right? Wisdom can't be grasped by foolish people, okay? You just have to admit that some people will never learn, okay? They just won't. Okay. The next one. Whoso is devising to do evil, him they call a master of wicked thoughts. The thought of foolishness is sin, and an abomination to a man is a scorner. Nobody likes scorners, mockers, right? The ones who plot evil, we call him a schemer over here, a master of wicked thoughts. It's pretty easy to tell these people too, right? And the next one. Right. Let's read it over here. If you do nothing in a difficult time, your strength is limited. Rescue those being taken off to death and save those stumbling towards slaughter. If you say, but we didn't know about this, won't he who weighs the hearts consider it? Won't he who protects our life know? Won't he repay a person according to his work? Right? If you see evil being done and people being hurt and you know it's evil, All right? It's up to you to try and stop that, okay? Not by becoming evil like they are, but by bringing knowledge, right? Showing the truth, right? If you do nothing and the Lord thinks you knew about it, right? He will consider that. He'll say, I put this on your heart and you did nothing. Think about that. And eat honey, for it's good. So is knowledge. Honey is good for your taste, for your palate. Knowledge is of wisdom is food to your soul. Right? Feed your soul. Knowledge, wisdom, right? Comes from studying this. Okay. Lay not wait a wicked one at the habitation of the righteous. Do not spoil his resting place. Right? For 7 times that the righteous fall and rise, and a wicked stumble in evil. Right? The wicked will stumble into ruin. The righteous will get up 7 times. Right? They don't give up. The righteous do not give up. Right? No matter how many times you knock them down. We have some excellent examples of that nowadays, right? And the next one, in the falling of thine enemy, rejoice not. Do not rejoice when your enemy falls. God may see that and turn his wrath away from them onto you. You are supposed to love your enemies, right? Okay. Fret not thyself at evildoers, be not envious of the wicked, for there is not a posterity to the evil. Right? Don't be agitated by evildoers. Don't envy the wicked, for the lamp of the wicked will be put out. Okay? And you can see a lot of these very famous, very rich people falling now. Okay? Because the evil things that they have done are all being brought into the light. Right? And their lamp is being extinguished. Fear the Lord as well as the king, and don't associate with rebels, changers, protesters, okay? For suddenly doth their calamity rise, and the ruin of them both. Who knows what these two can bring, right? He will fall. So that's the 30 sayings. And there were some more wise sayings. We highlighted 29. Say not, as he did to me, so I do to him. I render to each according to his work. Don't get even. Okay? Somebody does something wrong and evil to you. You do it back. You are wrong and evil. The Lord sees wrong and evil. Right? So, there you have it. And then the parable about lazy people. So, here you go. That was the 30 wise sayings you are supposed to memorize. Okay? And just know them, right? So, I'm going to keep doing this. We're on 24. There's like 7 days left for the Proverbs in the Young's literal translation, and then we'll choose a more simple one next time. But let's see, what day are we on in our Through the Bible in a Year? Day 329. Okay? And we're doing, I think, Galatians and then back to Acts. So they're putting the epistles in the middle of the Acts. You remember, Acts was written many years after the fact, and the book of Acts actually covers many years, like 20 or 30 years. So it's kind of a story of what the apostles did after Jesus was taken up. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, keep studying. See you later.